Generally, from our context, at least at the firm, we're very much focused on high concentration, high conviction bets, right? And so when we think about the investments we want to make, we're really thinking about it through that lens of, getting onto a journey, especially at the early stage with the founder for the next, 10 plus years. And some of our best companies that have, reached IPO or large exits have been 10 plus year journeys, and whether that's a MuleSoft, App Dynamics, or Affirm, these companies have all startups take a while to get to that type of scale and that type of outcome. And so I think the mindset at the firm is very much focused around how do we not only find and partner with those entrepreneurs and those businesses, but also understand that as capital partners to those entrepreneurs, we need to have a structure that can support them over the life cycle of the company and through both ups and downs. And so that's how we've always thought about reserve allocation as well, that for our companies, we make sure that we've got the right amount of reserves so that we can continue to support that company for their next round for sure, and oftentimes even beyond that. And the way that our funds are structured, we have a early stage fund, a growth stage fund, and an opportunity fund. And in many ways, our companies sometimes graduate through those different funds as well. You might have a early stage investment to a company. As the company scales and we decide to put more money into the company and support that company, they might come out of a different fund and so on. And so our whole strategy and fund strategy is also oriented around supporting our partners in that way. I think, more broadly, as I've met with a lot of other seed firms and other firms who think about reserve allocation differently, I think there's no one right answer for any firm. Some firms that are on the seed stage, that might be their first firm, or it might be smaller, they might do less reserve allocation just because they've got more companies. And if you end up reserving for every company, that can be a tough equation for a smaller fund. Also other larger funds have a different strategy around how they want to think about support for companies over the long term. So I would definitely say there's no one size fits all, but for us, because we are, high conviction and concentrated investors, we try to make sure we've got the right reserves over the life cycle of a company.